You watch your 7-year-old walk to the end of the driveway and your stomach tightens. You follow with your eyes until they're back inside. This is normal. This is what good parenting looks like, or so you've been told. But in Tokyo, 6-year-olds ride the subway alone. They walk to school through busy intersections. They stop at the store to buy milk on the way home. No adult is watching. And their parents aren't careless. They're doing something you've never been taught to do. So what is it? It starts with a simple idea most Western parents have never heard of. It's called hitori de dekiru. It means, roughly, to be able to do it alone. Not eventually, not when they're older, now. As soon as a child shows the smallest sign of readiness, the expectation shifts. The child is trusted with the task, not because the parent stops caring, because the parent believes the child can. Compare that to what happens in most Western homes. A 4-year-old wants to pour their own juice. The parent steps in. Too risky, too messy, too slow. A 6-year-old wants to walk to a friend's house 2 blocks away. The parent drives them. A 10-year-old wants to make their own breakfast. The parent makes it for them because it's faster, because it's easier, because something might go wrong. Here's the question worth sitting with. What if every one of those moments, the moments where you step in to help, is actually a moment where your child learns something is too dangerous, too hard, or too far above their ability? What if independence isn't something that arrives at 18? What if it's something that gets quietly removed, one small task at a time, starting at age 3? There's a television show in Japan called Hajimete no Otsukai, which translates to My First Errand. It follows toddlers, some as young as 2 or 3, as they're sent out alone to complete a small task. Buy vegetables, deliver a letter, find their way home. The show has been running for over 30 years. It isn't shocking to Japanese viewers. It's ordinary, because the underlying belief is ordinary too. Small children are far more capable than most adults assume, if they're simply given the chance. This connects to something researchers have studied for decades. Developmental psychologist Lev Vygotsky described what he called the zone of proximal development. It's the gap between what a child can do alone and what they can do with help. Vygotsky's point was that children grow fastest when they're given tasks just slightly beyond their current comfort zone, with just enough support to succeed. Not tasks made easy, not tasks done for them, tasks that stretch them, just a little, every day. In Japan, that stretching happens constantly, almost invisibly. A toddler is handed chopsticks long before they can use them well. A 5-year-old is given a small broom and expected to sweep their part of the classroom every day without being told. A 6-year-old walks to school in a group of slightly older children who are responsible for getting the younger ones there safely. No adult organizes this. The children organize it themselves because they've been trusted to. This is sometimes called soto, the outside world, versus uchi, the inside, the home. From a young age, Japanese children are taught that soto requires a different kind of behavior: politeness, self-reliance, awareness of others. And critically, they're given real, unsupervised exposure to soto, early and often. Not as a reward for good behavior, as a normal part of growing up. Now, think about how differently this plays out elsewhere. In many Western countries, there's actually been a measurable decrease in children's independent mobility over the past few decades. Researchers who study this, including environmental psychologist Roger Hart, who spent years observing how children use their neighborhoods, found that children today are given far less unsupervised range than their parents had at the same age. Less walking alone, less playing outside without supervision, less doing, full stop. And here's the strange part. Hart's research and others like it suggest this isn't because the world has become more dangerous. In most measurable ways, it hasn't. What's changed is the parental perception of risk and the social pressure that comes with allowing a child to do something alone. A parent who lets their 8-year-old walk to the park risks judgment. A parent who does everything for their 8-year-old risks nothing socially. So the safer choice for the parent becomes doing more, even when doing more means the child learns less. This is where the Japanese approach reframes everything. The goal isn't to remove risk. The goal is to calibrate it. A 6-year-old riding the subway alone in Tokyo isn't actually unsupervised in the way it sounds. The system around them, the other passengers, the station staff, the social norm of looking out for children, forms an invisible safety net. The child isn't alone. They're just not being watched by their parents specifically. And that distinction changes everything about how the child experiences the task. When a child completes something alone, even something small, they don't just learn the task. They learn something about themselves. I can do this. I am someone who does things. That belief, repeated hundreds of times across childhood, becomes a foundation. Not confidence that comes from being told you're so smart or you're so capable. Confidence that comes from evidence, from having actually done it. This is the part that connects directly back to calm. A child who has been trusted with small responsibilities, who has felt the quiet satisfaction of completing a task alone, doesn't need to escalate to get attention or prove themselves. They've already proven it to the person whose opinion matters most, themselves. So what does this actually look like practically for you? It doesn't mean putting your 6-year-old on a train alone tomorrow. It means noticing the small moments where you instinctively step in and asking yourself, is this actually dangerous, or does it just feel uncomfortable to watch? Pouring juice and spilling some. Walking to the mailbox alone. Making toast. Choosing their own clothes, even if they don't match. Each of these is a tiny version of hitori de dekiru. Each one says quietly, I trust you with this. The hardest part isn't the task. It's tolerating the discomfort of watching your child struggle, just slightly, without rescuing them. That discomfort is yours, not theirs. And every time you sit with it instead of acting on it, you're giving your child something far more valuable than help. You're giving them the experience of being capable. Because the real question was never about subways or chopsticks or walking to school alone. It was about whether your child has been given the chance to discover, again and again, in small, ordinary moments, that they can do it themselves.